Another edition of the radio show with Marc Lee, and it's some lovely weather outside. I just had the pleasure of stepping out there for a minute or so, and I can tell you that the weather was very lovely. Felt like it was about low 60s, and definitely was feeling really good out there. So definitely, we're in the middle of springtime. Springtime has now been here for a few days, and it was definitely feeling spring-like. I know there have been a couple of other days where it was feeling more like it was still winter. And we do know it's March, and March can lead to all kinds of weather and all kinds of possibilities. So who knows whether this weather will stay or whether it's going to get a little bit on the cool side as well. But if I was a betting man, I would definitely say I'm thinking it's going to be on the cool side because that's just the way things go here in North Carolina. We have definitely some cool or cold marches and even some coolness and cold weather that can happen in the month of April. So I don't think we're totally out of the woods with the 30s and the 40s as of yet. But who knows? That could all change, and who knows how that will play out. But we'll just enjoy the weather while it's nice, like it was today. So, like I said, I ducked out for a minute, and it was literally just only about a minute or so. But at some point today or this evening, I might duck out again and try to enjoy some of this fine weather that we're having. But definitely, that's some of the things that are going on. Of course, everybody is doing their due diligence with trying to make sure that they are getting the vaccines and doing what they can in terms of becoming better, because it is definitely something we all want to do, is get out of this pandemic situation that we've been in for a little bit over a year now. So definitely, I know more and more people are trying to do that. As a matter of fact, my younger brother called me earlier today to tell me that Southern High School is having vaccines available, I think, between the hours of 7 and 8 here in Durham, North Carolina, Monday through Friday. So he was letting me know that if I wanted to, that's a place that I could go and get vaccinated, as I have not done that as of yet. But that is on my list of things to do during the course of this particular month, and possibly even definitely this potential year and all of that. So definitely that's some of the things that are going on. Although a lot of folks are paying attention to basketball. There are basketball games today. The NCAA tournament has started. I think there's only been maybe one or maybe two games, but I think there's only one game that was impacted by COVID, and that team had to withdraw, and it was declared no contest. So the next team moved on, or the team they were playing moved on, I should say that. But that's one of the things that has been going on, is a lot of folks are doing the NCAA brackets. I found out that it is almost next to impossible to create a perfect bracket, meaning that you pick every last winner and all of that. It's like some crazy odds, one in some like quadrillion uh percent or quadrillion, one in quadrillion, or some crazy number like that is the chances of creating a perfect bracket, which is why there has been no perfect bracket ever created ever. So it seems like somebody might have got 49 out of the 64 games correct, and that's the furthest that we've come, or gotten even close to creating a perfect bracket where you would get every game right and not have any upsets, or be able to predict all the wins the way that they would go and all of that. So nobody's created the perfect bracket, and it looks like there's not going to be a perfect bracket this year as well, because from what I'm understanding, that's already been eliminated. So the possibility of a perfect bracket was eliminated by like Saturday, because there have been a number of upsets in this particular tournament. I think there are like 4 or 5 double-digit teams that are still involved in the tournament and are still got their hopes alive and have even made it into the Sweet 16. And there are some more games that are going on this afternoon as well that will determine the final part of the Sweet 16. And the women are playing also. So we've got the women's tournament going on and the men's tournament. Unfortunately, my alma mater, Marquette, did not make the men's tournament, and the women, they made it, but they got eliminated very quickly by Virginia Tech, I believe it was. So definitely, unfortunately, they are done. Coach Rojo is done as the coach. So we'll find out who our new coach will be and what will happen in that regards also. So we're looking for a new coach of some sort or another to come down in our future, but we don't know when. We'll find out who that coach is or when that coach will be coming in and all of that. I know they're looking at a couple of folks, including the Loyola of Chicago coach. So we'll see if they're able to proceed and get that person, because that would be amazing if we were able to get that individual. And there are a couple of other names that I've heard floated around that also would be good for coaching the team. But like I said, only time will tell, and we'll have to see how it all plays out and whether we get a new and exciting coach that can hopefully bring the team back to some semblance of the glory days. I definitely remember when they had great players like Dwayne Wade and definitely a number of others that were, doing well in the tournament. And of course, when I was in school, we had Doc Rivers, who is now the coach of the 76ers. So definitely hoping that they can help us bring back some of those glory days and not a ninth place finish like we had this particular year. So that's right. We finished ninth in the Big East and all of that, but this was just an unusual year in sports because I think this is the first time since 1995 that Duke did not make the tournament at all, and we know that that is not the norm, and UNC made the tournament as a very low seed and was quickly dispatched by Wisconsin. So, like I said, they made it as a ninth seed, and they played eighth seed to Wisconsin, and that game was basically them just getting almost run out of the field and everything. So it was not a good game in that sense. So that's some of the things that have been going on in the world of sports, and definitely I'm keeping my eyes on that, and I'll see who makes the final parts of the Sweet 16, and then we'll make our way to this weekend, creating the Final Four. So that's right, we'll go from 16 to 8 to 4, and then we will crown a national champ of some sort or another. So that's some of the things that I am looking forward to finding out what folks have to say about the world of sports. And definitely, I think that we're looking for a guest that said he's going to appear, and he said he knows a lot about sports as well. So we're going to see if he makes it in, if he has some kind of thoughts. As I was thinking, he was telling me that he thought that Gonzaga would do the ones to cut down the nets as the final champions. And I know a lot of people are actually picking them to be the team that cuts down those final nets and all of that. But we're going to find out if that's the case or not the case by just continuing to watch the games, enjoying the games when we can, and all of that. I'm also watching some films as I am now part of another film festival committee. So been checking out some films and watching some of these amazing films that are coming out of, in this case, the LGBT community, but definitely seeing some great films already, and I'm looking forward to looking at some more films. And I also want to give a shout out to an event that my friend Tammy did, which is about dealing with racism in the school environment. And we had a small group of folks, I think it was about 7 of us, that had like a happy hour that dealt with that very important issue as well. So definitely it was a great conversation. We definitely got to know each other and got to learn about each other, and I've met some new friends as well. So like I said, had the pleasure of meeting Des. Rebecca had already known Sammy. Of course, Tammy, my friend, had put on this particular event, and there were some other people that I got to meet also. So definitely it was a great conversation, and definitely looking forward to having more great conversations as well with some truly amazing individuals. And I know we're going to try to expand that also. And I did get a chance to go to the Daybreakers event. That's right. The Daybreakers did an event, and they've got another one coming up, not this weekend, but on April 3rd. And while I was at that event, I had the pleasure of being one of several people that were helping to write a song. So definitely the song is entitled "We Are the Joy Generation," and I'm looking forward to that being further and further developed. But definitely it was great working with the Coen brothers, and definitely I think it was about a couple of hundred of us that were part of that. And it was just great having that experience and adding that to the list of things that I do in my life and all of that. So great having that conversation and meeting some incredible individuals during that process. I know my friend Sean Callahan, who was part of that also. And of course, Radia does a great job with the Daybreakers community and what they do on a regular basis. So it was great getting an opportunity to meet these great and amazing individuals and seeing what they were talking about and what they had going on in their lives. So definitely that's going on, and a number of other things are happening in our community as well. So I'm going to reach out and see if I can find out what's going on with the guests that told me that they wanted to come on to the show and all of that. And of course, I'll come back with some more news and all of that as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to let y'all check out some of the other shows that happen here on our network while I check in with them and see if they're going to be able to make it or not. But we have some amazing shows, including one that my good friend Sasha does. So let's see what he's got going on with Chess Stars. Yes, like I said, some amazing things going on in the world, even during these hard times and all of that. And of course, we've got some great shows happening here as well. So always good to have some amazing conversations with amazing guests and all of that. But definitely, I hope that you get a chance to check out our various shows that exist here. Like I said, those are the two that Sasha does out of Canada. But we've also got Talking Upstream, which airs on Sundays. Well, let's see some of the things that are happening in the news that folks may be interested in as well. You know, I love getting folks know about some of the news items and news things that I find going on that folks may be interested in as well. So one of them is one that we talked about yesterday on the roundtable that we do on Sunday, which is the whole thing of there being a number of attacks against our Asian American brethren and all of that. So the anti-Asian attacks have definitely sparked outcries. Demonstrations unfolded across major U.S. cities on Saturday to protest surging violence against Asian Americans during the pandemic. A day earlier, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris condemned the violence and met with Georgia lawmakers and Asian American and Pacific Islander advocates following the March 16th Atlanta area spa shootings that left 8 people dead, including 6 women of Asian descent. Harris, the first female vice president and also the first of Black and South Asian descent, condemned racism, xenophobia, and sexism, and Biden called on Congress to swiftly pass the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act to address the violence. The coalition, entitled Stop AAPI Hate, reported close to 3,800 firsthand complaints of racism and discrimination against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders from March 19th, 2020 through the end of February 2021. Asian Americans often report feeling stuck in their careers and on the socioeconomic ladder, partly because they are seen as forever foreign, according to sociologist and author Margaret Shin. So that's just some of the things that are going on in that regards of world news and all of that. And of course, we do know that a lot of folks sometimes don't always want to follow the rules in terms of masks and the social distancing and all of that. So with that in mind, Miami has clapped a curfew on spring break. Officials in Miami Beach have extended an emergency curfew for 3 weeks following the collapse of spring break crowds into chaos over the weekend. Revelers disregarded mask and social distancing measures, clashed with not gear-clad police on Saturday. The city, like the state, had advertised itself as open to partiers amid the pandemic, but will now maintain a South Beach curfew for 4 nights a week through the remaining spring break period. So it does look like, even though they had welcomed themselves, of course, to folks coming to the area and definitely enjoying that whole amenities of South Beach and Miami and all of that, it looks like a lot of the folks were not necessarily wanting to follow the rules. And because of that, there will not be as elusive rules as they originally were planning to have. So they are going to be tightening up the rules in that case. So definitely looks like tightening up the rules. And I can definitely understand why folks would be wanting those rules tightened up in this particular era and in this particular time and everything along those lines. So definitely looks like that's one of the things that is going on in the world as well. And then there's some other stories that folks may be interested in also, and we'll see about pulling those up and sharing those with you as well. So some folks are asking, can you make it through 24 hours without grabbing your phone or laptop, watching TV, or gaming? If so, a reviews.com contest can net you a sweet payday. The product review site wants people looking to detox from screens and smart texts to apply. And if you're chosen and complete the challenge, reviews.com will reward you with $2,400 and an Amazon gift card for surviving the day. Smartwatches and smart home tech are also off limit, but reviews.com clarifies that using microwaves to heat up food is okay because they insist we're not monsters. So definitely they're saying that you can't go ahead and heat up the food if you want to using the microwave and all of that. So definitely, I guess they're trying to get people off of this whole media situation that oftentimes we find ourselves in the middle of. So that's a very interesting and reflective story about the nature of the way the world is and all of that. And by the way, another thing that I've just learned is that Aramco, formerly the world's most profitable company, has lost its crown to Apple. While the Saudi oil giant recorded a $49 million profit for its 2020 fiscal year, the tech giant reported $57.4 billion. And although oil prices may be rebounding after a year marked by lockdowns and stay-at-home orders, which negatively impacted the market, Apple hardly registered a blip in its steady high margins, with homebound customers buying up iPhones, iPads, and Macs, according to Quartz. So definitely looks like that's one of the things that is also going on in the world that folks may be interested in knowing about and having shared with them and all of that. And then last but not least, there's an article that says, is it okay to dread back to normal? While a vocal percentage of the population are positively jubilant about returning to offices, packed public places, and social events, many are petrified by the prospect, according to the American Psychological Association. The group found that 50% of people it surveyed have come to deeply appreciate pandemic era routines such as remote work and social distancing, which allowed them to glide into more predictable spaces, schedules, routines, and relationships. Now, the idea of abandoning habits formed over the last 12 months fills them with anxiety, particularly those who already suffer from mental health issues. So it looks like some folks are not exactly thrilled about the whole idea of going back into the normal or some semblance of normality. Because as I've been told by many folks, we're only going to go back to a semblance of normality and not total normality. So there are some folks that are still very much concerned about that and want to have a more normal lifestyle of some sort or another, but they definitely realize that things are not going to be the way that they used to be. So that's what I'm very much interested in seeing how this will all play out and all of that. So it's going to be interesting to continue hearing people's thoughts on this and just seeing what people have got to say in general. So, like I said, that's some of the things that are going on in the world and just some of the things that I know other folks may be interested in as well. So, like I said, I'm hoping that Mr. Miles will be joining us. I believe that was the gentleman's name. And I'm hoping that he's going to be joining us to talk about some of the things he's got going on, since that was my scheduled guest for today. So, like I said, I am waiting to hear back from him and see when he'll be able to come on and join the show and share his wealth of knowledge about a number of things, including some things around race relations and a number of other things along those lines. Actually, Mr. Jen is the gentleman's name, Anthony Jen. So, hoping that Mr. Jen will be joining us very shortly and be able to share a number of things that he's got going on in his world. I see that he was active and on the page a minute ago, so hopefully he's in his way into the room so that we can learn more about some of the things that he's got going on. He's got a tremendous history, by the way, that he's done all kinds of amazing things, and he is the grandson of Joe Jordan, who was a world-renowned ragtime composer and the first black millionaire in Chicago in 1925, and a composer with Charlie Mott at the Peking Theater. So definitely he's got a rich history and all of that. And then he's also done some amazing things himself as well. So definitely look forward to him sharing a lot of his wealth about entertainment and all the things that he's got going on in that sense. And then he's also been, I believe, a script writer and a number of other things that he's been involved in also. So definitely looking forward to having a great conversation with Mr. Jen when he gets here in the room with us and everything. So we can definitely share a wealth of knowledge that he wants to share with us about both his history and the history of some of his family members as well. So, like I said, looking forward to a great and a power conversation with him as he gets ready to hopefully be coming into the room very shortly. So, because music is always a great thing to have during that springtime and all of that. But in the meantime, we're going to let you check out stuff about Economics Monday and Medical Fridays.
My name's Brandon. I'm a world traveler, foodie, and YouTuber. Together, you and I will find the best travel hacks, tips, and best places to explore. Join me as we find new adventures together, live only on IBM.TV.
And actually, the correct website is ibmtv.tv, and definitely you can find all kinds of amazing programs, including the ones that I've been showing you. Also, the wine show that is on Fridays, Dr. Anthony's show that will be airing later on this evening and everything at around 6 o'clock. So that is a great show that Dr. Anthony has, as well as the education show that Nancy Sulla does on Thursday. So there are all kinds of amazing and great programming that exists right here on this powerful network, IBMTV.tv. And of course, there are all kinds of amazing shows that you can catch here on a regular basis. And we're adding new shows on a consistent basis as well. So we're definitely a growing network. Glad to be part of this growing network that is doing all kinds of amazing things in the space of entertainment and in the space of learning about some great and amazing things. So definitely glad to be in this space with you folks and to share a wealth of knowledge about a number of issues that are going on, because I know a lot of folks are always paying attention to things happening in their world. And this is a place where you can learn about a lot going on in our globe, not just here in the United States, but in the various other continents as well. So definitely some amazing things are happening in our community, and this is a place where you can find many of these things on a consistent basis. You know, one of the guests I've had in the past was none other than Veronica Hardy, so I wanted to share a little bit of what she's all about as well.
Hello, my name is Natural Breeden, and I'm introducing a new author and her publication. Dr. Veronica Hardy is an inspirational speaker, author, and educator. Through her writing and public speaking, she uses the power of story to reveal and confront challenges experienced by the readers and listeners. And this is showcased through her book, A Letter to My Sisters, Reflecting on God's Promises. Dr. Hardy, what influenced the title of your book?
I can say, now I did change the title a few times. It went from, I think I started with calling it Tamar's View, to capture more from her perspective. Mm-hmm. Then I switched it to Everybody Has Their Stuff. You know, we all carry something. Yes. And then finally I decided to pray. You know, God, what do you really want people to receive or know from this book? Mm-hmm. And so that's when A Letter to My Sisters, Reflecting on God's Promises, really came to me, because I felt it was really fitting that I was writing something for other women to read from my heart to theirs.
Oh,
thank you.
Now, Dr. Hardy, why did you choose the story about Tamar as the basis of the book?
I feel like oftentimes we don't talk much about the women in the Bible who have gone through difficulties such as her. She was raped or sexually assaulted by her half-brother. Okay, and I just thought that was an important story to be able to bring out. And I thought it was important to kind of bring out her story, how she responded to it, so we could also look at how we respond to it as well.
Absolutely. Now, Dr. Hardy, how does the story of Tamar serve as an example for you?
I would say strength, for one. It seems like she didn't hide it at all. And I think sometimes if someone were to ask us, we want to cover it. We don't want to share it. Why? Because we're carrying the shame, or we feel like we're guilty that we caused the situation to happen to us. So I was glad she was able to share it with her brother, acknowledge it, and then he said to her, don't take it to heart. And that message spoke to me that we don't have to carry what someone else did to us. We don't have to make that become part of our identity, but for us to remember who we are, because she was a princess. Okay? And that's not taken away because of what someone else did to her. And I just wanted us as women to remember who we are in God's eyes.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Just some of the work of Veronica Hardy, and like I said, she's definitely been a guest on a couple of our shows and all of that. But another person that has definitely been a guest and definitely done a lot of great work for us and everything has been none other than Eric Kelly. So here's a little bit about Eric Kelly and his artwork. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of the things that are happening in this neighborhood. And also, like I said, some amazing things happen in our local community that I like to share with y'all as well. So along those same lines, let's learn a little bit more about Mr. Kelly.
I am from Washington, D.C., but I was raised in Durham, North Carolina. I came to Durham when I was about 5 or 6, and then I traveled back and forth to D.C. because it's where my people are from. One of the unique things about my family is my mother, she's also an artist. She does quilting, and she does a lot of artistic things. And then my son, he draws with both hands, his right hand and his left hand, like I do. So that's kind of a family trait. And then my other son, he's a videographer, and my daughter, she works, she's a regional vice president for Sunglasses. When you start out drawing and sketching, you want to continue to explore, each avenue. I do pastels, I do pen and ink, I do painting, I do acrylics. I haven't done oils yet, but I try to do all facets of art. What I say to a lot of times to people is, you can't put yourself in a box when you're an artist. You have to explore. And over the course of my life, I've tried to explore different mediums. I also do sculpture as well. I choose my subjects by the intensity that they have in their faces, or the intensity that somebody is moving, because I do more than portrait drawings. I also do I do abstract, and then I do figurative drawing also. Well, what happened in this particular show is that I started out trying to come up with something that would be a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. So I was working on a Barack Obama show, and they wanted me to do some paintings of Barack. And so what I did was, because of the deadlines, I kind of did it kind of fast. And then I realized when I was doing it fast, I enjoyed it. And so then I started doing other pieces the same way, and I started to enjoy those pieces also. And so I came up with this particular style. And it's a style of lines and colors. And what's interesting is that when I was in college, I did a show called Lines, Colors, and I talked about the boldness of the blacks, the hotness of the whites, and this is how this has come about, later on in my life. And the colors comes from a lot of the entertainers that I work with, where they wear different colors. They don't wear, your plain reds or your whites. They wear different colors, and so that's also another piece of what's giving me the colors. The subtitle of this show is Faces That Speak Life. That's real critical. Faces that speak life. Each one of these pieces is a life source and a life energy that's being put on display for people that are looking at it. I always say in terms of my art, it's not important that I draw them. It's important what you get out of what I draw. I don't try to just draw it because you like it. People wanted me to do prints. I didn't do prints. People asked me to do different people, but the people that I choose are people that make a difference in the lives of people in the world. So the human landscape idea was, again, as I say, the lines represent your emotions, it represents your ideas, and it represents your journey as a human being. And that's why you get the different pieces and the different looks. And as you notice, I try not to do one look that looks alike another look. And that's what's the most important part of this show.
All right, folks, that was a little bit about that particular individual who's done some great work here in the art community and all of that. So definitely get a chance, support a number of things that they've got going on. And there was another group that was doing some amazing things as well, and that being the North Star Initiative. So I wanted to share a little bit about what they've got going on also.
Hello, and welcome to the North Star Initiative. I'm Glendola Massenberg-Beasley, and in this time of COVID, the North Star Initiative serves as an accelerator to promote, support, and secure funding for small, rural, and urban businesses. Our team is here to assist you with overcoming cash flow obstacles. Let's listen to Dr. Dennis Rogers as he interviews 3 local business owners as they share their experiences during these uncertain times.
My name is Dr. Dennis Rogers, and I'm being joined today by Dr. Tanya Armstrong. Welcome, Dr. Armstrong. Tell us a little bit about your business, Dr. Armstrong.
Absolutely. I am the owner of the Armstrong Center for Hope. It is an interdisciplinary practice of psychology where we specialize in psychological and spiritual wellness for all ages. We have a main office in Durham that has been functional for 10 years this month, actually. And we also opened a second office in Raleigh in the fall of 2019. And so we've been providing individual, family, couple, and group psychotherapies, as well as psychological testing, consultations, and trainings to the public.
Excellent. Your clients, Maxwell, who do you do business with, and how does that interaction take place?
The majority of my business now, because it has changed, is farmers, commercial landscapers, landowners, people that are looking to maintain their equipment, to maintain their land.
Yes.
And then we still have a good number of residential customers with the lawnmowers and things like that to take care of their property, but mainly we're doing larger equipment now. The biggest thing to help someone in any trade or any craft is to treat the one person the same as you would the next one coming through the door. Mm-hmm. Because if they figure out that you're fair and that you're going to charge them fairly, you're going to charge Joe over here the same as John, mm-hmm. they'll come to you. But if they think you give him a break and he's going to go out there and tell everybody else, hey, he cut me a break, that kind of thing, then all of a sudden you've just opened up a can of worms, mm-hmm. and you got to cut everybody a break.
We are a live entertainment company, and that's something that we pride ourselves on, and the experience, that face-to-face experience where you can actually feel the electricity and the spirit of the music bouncing off of the people in the audience. That's what's really important to us. So while we are looking at ways to incorporate streaming, what we really want to do is be patient and wait for the opportunity for us to gather, because healing is, music is healing, mm-hmm. and it's unifying. And so I think it'll be important for us when it's safer to gather and to really heal as a community and as a nation with some live music. And one thing that we love to do is contract and subcontract, like I said, with small businesses who have just as much on the line as we do as a yes. small business. So looking back at the festival and at our concerts, we make sure that we contract with transportation companies, with catering businesses, with marketing agencies that are small businesses and that are minority-owned businesses, so that everyone is getting a piece of this pie. Mm-hmm. Everyone is going for their own success. And in the end, because we all have a shared outcome, everyone's working hard to make it come to fruition.
Excellent.
Great job, Dr. Rogers. So business owners, if you're seeking a grant or business funding, our North Star Initiative offers a no-cost assessment for funding opportunities. Contact us via our website at www.gmbeasley.com. Your business could be featured with our next North Star promotion.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm going to drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely going to call a ride home.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Hey, it's Fran Harris, founder of Electra Sports Beverages. So excited that you are joining me right now for this live broadcast where I am finally launching my sports beverage. Now, Electra is a better for you functional beverage company that other things will come after in a few years. But right now we are launching one of the best better for you, in fact, best for you sports drinks on the planet. Now, a lot of people will say, why would you start a beverage company when you've got other competitors, huge competitors in the marketplace in this space? Well, it's a $23 billion industry. Sports drinks, $23 billion opportunity. That means there's room to play. The reality is, if it were easy, everybody would be doing it. So I'm very proud of Electra, very proud of what Electra stands for. I'm very proud of this nutritional panel back here because we didn't miss a beat. We knew that consumers were looking for better taste, higher functionality, lower sugar, fewer calories. We knew that. And I am so proud of what we have put in this bottle. It's something that you can give your kids. It's something that you can drink yourself, whether you're an elite athlete or an everyday hustler. We put some great stuff in this bottle, and I want to invite you to join me on this journey for this big online launch party. There's a lot of room. There's a lot of room to play. I'm going to get in where I fit in. I'm going to find my niche and make sure that we develop and produce products that are absolutely amazing that our customers want. So I wanted to introduce you to Electra here. So we got 3 flavors. You've got Passion Punch, you got Oh Yeah Orange, and you got Liddy Lemonade. And so whatever your pleasure is, if you like the punch taste, if you like the orange taste, if you like the Liddy Lemonade, then you can have your pleasure, all right? But I want you to get in on this because we're doing something special with Electra right now. We're launching it first time out of the gate. That means that you can get it right now at a very special price if you participate in my Indiegogo campaign. Now let's talk about what an Indiegogo campaign is. This is not a fundraiser. This is an opportunity to generate some buzz and some fun around the launch of a brand new product. And you get the opportunity to get things like t-shirts, come to some private events. It's an opportunity for you to be a part of something bigger than all of us, right? Imagine if you had been there when that other sports drink had started 50 years ago. Imagine what it would have felt like to be a part of what you knew was going to be history. That's what I'm offering you the opportunity to do right now, is to be a part of Electra's launch to the public. Now, Electra will be available online, so you'll be able to go to our website and our store and buy Electra, but you won't be able to get access to some of the prizes that you're going to get access to by participating in this campaign. And there are many, many levels that you can get involved in. You can get involved at a very low level where you just want to be a supporter. You can get involved at a different level where you get a t-shirt and a cap. You can get involved in a different level where you can come to a VIP event with me, hang out with me and my team. Either way, get in where you fit in and just become a part of this historic launch. There should be a button on this page right now. All you need to do, click that button, and then you can learn all about the different ways that you can be involved in this particular launch campaign. All right, click the button right now. I appreciate your support so much, and I will see you on the other side.
Producers, directors, I met designers, and then everybody said, oh, this is my 6th year, and oh, this is my 4th year.
Shout out to New York. We're in New York in like 7 hours.
Oh my gosh, yes, we have a 6:58 flight, so.
We gotta go home. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Let me tell you something, every single person that's come through the store has spoke so highly of you, and what a great event this is, yes.
I'm representing DJ Darryl, who is a platinum producer. He did the hit track for Tupac Shakur, Keep Your Head Up, Snoop Dogg, Keisha Cole.
Definitely hoping that more people are able to get out and about to a variety of events during the course of the rest of this year. I know that definitely sounds like the Eno might be looking at doing something on the in an inside venue versus outside at the Eno during the month of July. At least that's what I'm hearing right now. And I'm hoping that the fall events will actually be able to do at least some semblance of outside events. I do know that a number of the film festivals are still going virtual and all of that. So it's definitely becoming a new normal. And even in that new normal, it might be a mix of both hybrid and live, because we do know that they don't want full houses until we're totally out of this pandemic and all of that, no matter what the size of the venue. So definitely it's going to be interesting as more and more things continue to open up, as we continue to have more and more Yeah, it popped off there for a second. Not sure exactly what happened, but definitely, as I was saying, we're hoping that more and more people will get a chance to go to live events and all of that, and that we'll be able to get out of these bubble situations, because that's what's going on with the NCAA, is that more and more people are doing the bubble kind of environment and all of that. So definitely going to be interesting to see what goes on in that regard. So it'll be interesting how things go and what people's thoughts are. Like I said, I am waiting to hear from Mr. Jen, trying to get him all situated so he can come in and have a conversation with me about his relative and all of that. So definitely looking forward to having the conversation with him and all of that. So definitely looking forward to learning more about his relative and what he's all about. So definitely looking forward to him coming in and having a great conversation with us about this world famous relative that he's got. So looking forward to having his conversation and for us to have a very amazing conversation with him in just a matter of a few minutes or so, if I'm able to get him into the house and us to have this great conversation and all of that, because I know he just needs to click on the link and then come on into the house, and hopefully we'll be able to get him into this lovely radio show here on IBM TV and all of that. So definitely looking forward to having him join us in a matter of a minute or so. So like I said, I'm going to continue having a conversation with him and get him all situated. And hopefully when I come back, the both of us will be in here and we'll be able to have a great conversation around his relative and what they've got going on in that sense. So right now I'm going to put on a couple more of our spots and everything that we've got going on so that folks can learn about some of the amazing things that are happening in our community and around with our community. So definitely a lot of things are happening in that regard. So I'm going to see if I can't put one that we haven't had already and see if we can get him all situated and get on into having this amazing conversation with Mr. Jen and all of that. In the meantime, we'll let you check out a little bit more of Eric's work. I know that we had the one about faces, so I think we'll do the art tour and all of that. And then hopefully when I come back, we'll be able to have a conversation with Mr. Jen as well.
Artist to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. It explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions to what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners, or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at. The way I feel when I'm drawing, when I'm creating something, is I feel free. I feel like there's an anticipation of something that's going to come. I try not to draw first. I try to draw second. And what I mean by that is I try to allow myself to kind of get into the piece and just relax. Sometimes I miss time. I'll draw 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. And while I'm drawing, it's just a free. I just feel free. I mean, I feel like time stands still. That's what it's all about in terms of the lines and the colors in my work, is to get an expression, to go deeper and past just what you see on the surface, but to go in and try to find an expression that everybody gets a different taste of what that expression is, whether it's anger or whether it's being happy or whether it's being, kind of calm or nonchalant. That expression that people take away from the piece is the most important part of what I do as an artist. Bold is the size of my pieces, where I try to do the piece larger than life, to kind of push forward toward you. That's what the boldness is all about. It's not so much about the lines, it's about the size. The Face of Change art show is inspired by my mother, but more importantly, it's a historical moment in time as the pieces depict different emotions and expressions of Barack Obama. The 44th president is indicative of the 44 pieces of art that I have done in this particular collection. When you begin to think about expressions and portraits, this is a portrait gallery of expressions of what transpired as Barack Obama ran for office. Some of the pictures are abstract and some are expressionistic. And I combined both of those forms of art to create this collection of art pieces. Overcomer, brilliant, ambitious, motivated, awesome. Obama.
That. All right, folks, get ready to hopefully have Mr. Jin coming in very shortly and sharing a little bit of his wisdom as well, but definitely looking forward to that in a matter of a minute or so. So hopefully everything will be going well in his way, and he'll be able to come in and share a lot of his knowledge and his thoughts and a number of things that he's got going on, as well as being connected to a very famous individual out of Chicago. And I'm a big time Chicago fan and all of that. Definitely having been a big fan of Chicago, and went to school in Milwaukee at the Marquette and all of that. But definitely would sometimes, I think maybe a few times, slipped into Chicago. Definitely a big fan of the blues. So, being a fan of the blues, you definitely have to love some of that Chicago sound. So definitely am a big fan of the Chicago blues sound and all of that. So looking forward to having some folks come in and share their wisdom and all of that. So anybody who wants to join me, hopefully they'll be coming in and joining us in this conversation. And we'll be going until about the 4:00 hour, and then we'll have Mullins, music, and memories at that time. Of course, I've got my other show, the audio one, at 7 to 9, and I know I've got a guest that'll be dealing with human trafficking on that particular show. So I'm looking forward to a great conversation around a very important issue that is going on in our society and all of that. So we're going to see when they come in and what they have got to say also. So that's some of the things that are going on here at IBM TV. Don't forget the website is ibmtv.tv. So you can definitely become a subscriber. We want you to become a subscriber and to actually become a regular member. And don't forget, we've got the store as well. So we've got a store that's got all kinds of different products and all of that. So looking forward to folks coming in and joining in our conversation here on IBM TV, and to learn a lot of great and informative information. So looking forward to people popping in and sharing their time here on the radio show with Marc Lee. So looking forward to some folks popping in and sharing their wisdom, their knowledge, and a number of other things that they've got going on as well. So definitely some amazing things happen here on our platform, and we're always glad to have folks share their knowledge with us, with what they've got going on and some of the things that they've got going on in their life as well. Wednesday, we've got an online dinner party, so that is an amazing event and all of that. So definitely you might want to check that online dinner party. And don't forget the Lawyer's Den. The Lawyer's Den is also a great show that happens right here on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, I think that they're Monday through Friday and always having some great conversations. But let's see what they've got to say about the Lawyer's Den. Like I said, that is a truly amazing show that I know a lot of folks are big time supporters of and all of that. I know that I try to catch it when I can. And of course, y'all know I'm always on the Gamers Den. Yes, that's right. Always amazing things happening in IBM TV world and all of that. So definitely looking forward to a great conversation with a number of amazing guests. So hopefully some of these people will pop in on today's radio show and share what they've got going on. There's no telling, maybe some of the big bosses might decide to show up as well. So don't know whether Nick's going to show up or not, but we'll just see if he pops in, because sometimes he has some amazing things to share as well with what's going on and new things that are happening here on the network also. So we're always glad to be part of this amazing network and to see all of the great things that are happening as the network continues to grow, develop, thrive, and all of that. So definitely looking forward to a lot of great conversations and learning more and more about what people have going on. So definitely was hoping that Mr. Jen would join in, as I'm a big fan of the blues and a big fan of Chicago. So definitely was hoping he was going to be able to pop in and all of that. But it looks like he's having some problems and won't be able to join us, even though this is a global network. But hopefully he'll be able to get himself situated and we'll be able to get him in and have a great and amazing conversation with what he got going on and some of the things that he might want to share with us about what he's doing in his life and with his art and music and a number of other things that are going on as well. So definitely looking forward to that and hoping that he'll be able to appear in the not too distant future and share a little bit of what he's got happening in his world and with what he's got going on in that sense. But right now, I'm going to let y'all check out some more amazing things happening in the sense of music and all of that. So I might bring up some music. I think I said I was going to do that earlier and never got around to it, but I'm going to probably get ready to play y'all at least a little bit of tunes of some great and amazing musicians and folks that are known for internationally and all of that. So I think I might bring up some music from Miss Nellie Travis. I know I've had her on the show in the past as well before, and she's always got some great sounds and all of that. So, it being the radio show with Marc Lee and yours truly being a big blues fan, I think I'm going to bring this up some music from Miss Nellie Travis and some of the sounds that she's got coming her way also. So we're going to bring that up. Hopefully folks will enjoy the music from Nellie Travis that I'm about to bring up and definitely enjoy what she's all about as well. We do love sharing with folks a number of great sounds, and of course, great music always is something to relax us and to calm us when things are not going quite the way that you thought that they would be going. So, it's always great to have some calming factors including some great and amazing music. So I think I will bring up some music from Miss Nellie and see what she wants to sing about Miss Nellie Travis, and then probably come back with some more news, and we'll see how things are going in terms of tracking down our guests and if they want to come back and join us on the international broadcast media. Don't forget that it is heard in many countries, over 200 countries, as well as being heard in all 50 states. And it's definitely got all kinds of amazing programming that happens here regularly. I think the last time I checked, we were around that mark of around 70, but still constantly growing and developing new programs. So it's great that we are continuing to develop, grow, and create this platform and all of that. So definitely always great having some amazing conversations with some amazing people and learning more about what they are doing in their life and with themselves. So like I said, looking forward to having some more great guests here on this platform, as well as on the other shows that I do here as well. So looking forward to some great conversations had by many, and look forward to seeing what folks have got to say about things going on in their lives and with the things that they are very passionate about, because we do know one of the things we love doing is having folks share their passions, share what their messages are, share things that they would like to bring to the forefront, because it's all about bringing powerful messages to the forefront and sharing those messages whenever we can. So that's one of the things that I'm always about, is us sharing positive messages and definitely trying to let folks know about the positivity that exists in the world and all of that. So always great when we're able to share positive messages with those around us. And that's something that I try to do on a regular basis. So right now, I think we're going to check out Nellie Tiger Travis and her song entitled Mr. Sexy Man. You can't go wrong with trying to have a song about sexy folks. And this is actually based in Chicago as well. So we're going to keep this Chicago flavor going with a little bit of Mr. Sexy Man. So we're going to bring that up and let y'all check that out. And then, like I said, I'll be reaching out to Mr. Jen during that time and seeing if we can get him on the airwaves with us and all of that. But definitely, in the meantime, we're going to check out a little bit of Mr. Sexy Man and see if y'all enjoy this music coming your way. So, like I said, we're about to bring in Nellie Travis and Mr. Sexy Man.
Got the most sexiest men. Are you all ready? Are you ready? Let me tell you, we're going to do it like this. Hey, Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is? I saw you when you stepped into the club. The way you walk, the way your body moves. I was out there dancing on the floor. I was out of step, 'cause standing over there with that Hennessy in your hand. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. I'm thinking about the possibility. Hey, Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is? Hey, Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is? I had to come and ask you for a dance. You know this tiger had to take a chance. I just love the smell of your cologne. Man, you got me hot. You really turn me on. We're out here dancing on the floor. Arms around my waist. Baby, I want some more. I'm staring at you. You staring at me. I'm thinking about the possibility. Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is? Hey, Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is? I like the way you feel, babe, when you're up on me. Got my hormones jumping, I feel your energy. I like your freaky dancing, you really throwing down. You make me feel so good, babe, let me turn around. Hey, Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is? Hey, Mr. Sexy Man, what your
Wow, what a powerful song and everything. I know folks definitely were enjoying that. I hope y'all were enjoying it. And out that amazing there of that. So definitely I know to that particular song, and I hope you were as well. So that's just some of the things that were going on over here. And for some reason, this thing didn't cooperate with me and all of that. But that's just life, and that's the way things go sometimes. But like I said, I know that was some truly amazing music and all of that. So hopefully y'all were having a good time checking out that music and enjoying the sound of the song them also. But I'm seeing about bringing up something else and see if y'all want to enjoy some more sounds coming your way as we continue to go about having this amazing show that airs every Monday between the hours of 2 and 3:45, or sometimes we even go till 4, bumping right into the other show as well. So just keep it in mind that there is some great entertainment coming your way, and that's just some of the great music that we just finished hearing with Nelly, Tiger, Travis, and all of that. So I'm going to pull that off and get that off the screen and see if there's some other music that y'all might want to hear from her as well. Like I said, that was some truly great sound, and definitely hope that y'all were enjoying the sounds that were coming your way, and definitely enjoying what that was all about. So a lot of folks are checking out, and I'm seeing we're getting some folks that are watching from different places. So glad that we're getting folks checking out our music from different places. And of course, it was great being on not this past Friday, but the Friday before, Mr. Michael Show out of Nigeria. That's right, because we have some great shows from throughout the world, including my friend Alexandria May's show coming to us from South Africa. So like I said, we've got a number of amazing shows that happen here on a regular basis here on the IBM TV platform, the International Broadcast Media. So definitely look forward to seeing many more great guests. And we've had some truly amazing ones over the last couple of weeks, including folks that have talked about everything from race relations to mental health to wellness to physical health to a number of other things also. So we've had some truly amazing guests that have been covering a number of great issues and all of that. So definitely looking forward to some more amazing guests joining us in the near future and sharing what they've got going on in their world. So like I said, we're just going to keep this thing rolling right along. And I think I'm going to try to bring up another one of Nelly's songs. Like I said, we just finished hearing Mr. Sexy Man, and that was a great song that she put out there. And I know folks were definitely enjoying that one. But, there's all kinds of other great music as well. So right now, I think we're going to bring up some music from Pokey Bear and hear a piece entitled My Side Piece. So definitely we're going to keep it with a little bit of the blues thing and let y'all check out a song entitled My Side Piece. So that's by Pokey Bear in that whole kind of flavor of Southern Soul. And I am a big fan of the Southern Soul sound. So we're going to bring up a number from Pokey Bear, and hopefully folks will enjoy this also. Conversation with some amazing guests. Like I said, I was hoping that one of our guests was going to be appearing, but they were having some technical difficulties, and I do know how that can be. I've run across those myself as well. So it's not a pleasant thing, but it does happen sometimes, and we just have to with the punches and try to keep things moving as best we can and keep y'all informed and enlightened in any ways that we can do that also. So definitely I'm going to try to bring up another one of those Southern Soul pieces and let y'all check out the number entitled My Side Piece. So if y'all hold on, we'll try to pull that one up in a matter of a minute or so and continue with this show moving right on along and all of that. So we're going to see if we can't see if things can't slow down a little bit with the computer and grab what I need to, which is this particular piece, and see if we can't get this going in that sense. So hopefully folks will get a chance to check out this number and enjoy this number that is getting ready to come their way very shortly. So I know I'm always looking for some good old fashioned Southern soul. So let's see if we can't bring up this particular beat and let y'all check this out as well. And in the meantime, because things want to be a little stubborn, we might have to do it a different way. So, don't let one thing stop you. You just kind of like go into a whole nother kind of direction. If things are not cooperating the first way, then what's that old saying? Try again, but try it in a different form or a different fashion. So it looks like it might actually work this time. So let's see if we can't get this going right now.
Hello, Daddy. Yeah, Barbara, it's Richie. Yeah, listen, I ain't never coming home no more. Take it easy.
To be with my side piece. To be with my side piece. I left home. with my side piece. I guess I got it from my daddy. Because it's all in my jeans. See, I'm addicted to banana. And you know what I mean. They said I ran with a one hole. It's a poor rag. But I ain't with it all at all. I ain't going out like that. Now if you see my baby, and she looking for me, tell her I'll be home shortly. But I ain't coming home too free. Even though I'm wrong, she won't home. As soon as I hit the door, baby, she say Big Daddy's home. Daddy, I left home, baby, to be with my side piece. I left home to be with my side piece. I left home, baby, to be with my side piece. My side piece. This is the definition of a real man. So when I'm with my side piece, she understands. All about my situation. All about my obligations. And when we on vacation, we in a unknown destination. You might find me in Morocco or down in Japan. You might find me in Mexico, chilling in the sand. You might find me in Africa. You might see me in Italy. You might find me in Jamaica. I got my baby beside me. Yeah, I left home, baby, to be with my side piece. I left home to be with my side piece. I left home, baby, to be with my side piece. I left home to be with my side piece. You can tell my baby what you want to tell. You can say what you want to say. She ain't going nowhere. I got a lot of will. And it down with me. I represent Louisiana to the end. I left home, baby, to be with my side piece. I left home to be with my side piece. I left home, baby, to be with my side piece. I left home, to be with my side piece. My side piece, baby.
We here, we shit.
All right, folks, that was a little bit of that Southern blues, Southern soul kind of sound. Y'all know I'm a big fan of that particular style of music and everything. So definitely like the Southern soul, like the Chicago sound, like R&B, funk, a number of other styles, jazz, and some other things as well. But definitely was enjoying checking out a little bit of that here on the radio show with Marc Lee. So definitely always great when I can slip in a little bit of music as well. You know, even though the Mullins Music and Memories will definitely have some music also, because that's part of what that whole show is about, is definitely sharing a little bit of that as well. So definitely always great having some amazing opportunities to share wisdom and knowledge, and also just some good old fashioned fun. So that's what I was doing in that particular case, was giving y'all some good old fashioned fun and all of that. So get ready to wrap up in about another 9 minutes or so. Because like I say, I try to make it go till at least 3:45, sometimes go till 4 o'clock, depending on what's going on with the guest and a number of other things in that regards. But definitely want to give y'all some context and some things for the 22nd edition of the radio show with Marc Lee. And by the way, I'm seeing a story that I am not liking the nature of and everything, which is a whole concept of live music is about to hit a comeback sour note. So it looks like there's some bad news in that regards. So it says that up to 90% of most musicians' income is now derived from touring. So the inability to perform in front of fans, excuse me, amid the pandemic has had a catastrophic financial impact on artists, production staff, and of course, live venues and their employees. And as one that has worked at a couple of those venues, I can definitely say that I can relate to what they're saying. The industry had hoped for a comeback this summer, and even though the absence of live music has created absolutely massive pent-up demand, artists are torn on scheduling comeback tours. Soaring insurance premiums are daunting, as is the fear of being branded as host of a super spreader event. Live event businesses, including live music venues, will be able to apply for financial help by the federal government's $16 billion relief grant program starting on April 8th. So definitely, I'm hoping that a lot of our folks here will be looking into that and seeing what they can do about that. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing a gentleman named Sticks Bones that wrote in his LinkedIn post that the music industry has changed on all levels beyond our control. Good for some and terrible for others. We must educate ourselves on how to operate the tools now available to create, perform, manage, teach, and sell music. Excuse me. Keep in mind, we only have a short time before technology offers something new that will change the way we operate again. Now we are forced to wear multiple hats to generate income and given different ways to present our creativity. I don't know what or how we will operate in the incoming months as things are reopening, but I suggest we embrace the opportunities offered to us and use them to our advantage. At the end of the day, our health is our real wealth. Wishing much success to all. And apparently this gentleman, Sticks Bones, is a drummer, music producer, and music instructor. So I might even reach out to him and see if he wants to appear as a guest on this show to think about some of the things that he's talking about and some of the things that he's got in mind as to what some of the new avenues may be and what some of the new things that may be coming down the pike might be as well. But definitely, as one who has been involved in this industry, the music industry, for a number of years, I do agree that we are in the middle of a new era and all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out in that regard and how things go in the sense of what folks will be able to do or not do, as definitely things have hit a sour note and all of that. So just keep that in mind and all of that. And by the way, it looks like, speaking of another impact, the Tokyo Olympics has banned foreign visitors or overseas fans. So the Tokyo Olympics will be off limits to overseas spectators in order to minimize the risk of spreading COVID-19 and coronavirus variants. Event organizers say 600,000 fans outside of Japan who brought tickets will receive refunds. The Wall Street Journal notes that public opinion polls show that about half of the respondents are open to holding the games this summer, though a majority of them said foreign spectators should be banned. Organizers of the games hope that in light of their decision to keep international fans out, more on-the-fence Japanese fans will attend come July. So it does look like the Olympics will be taking place, but there will be no fans from abroad. So that is one of the things that is definitely being impacted. So it does look like we will be having some Olympics going on this year and all, but there will be no fans there in Japan from other countries. At least that's what it's looking like in terms of the athletes from other countries. That's part of the Olympic whole mission and everything. But definitely in terms of fans, it looks like there will be no fans coming from other countries and all of that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out and how it impacts everything from sports to a number of other things that are going on in the world. So definitely it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out and what goes on in these regards. So I'm definitely going to be following a number of news stories and seeing what folks have going on and what impact it has on our society continuing even going forward. Because we do know it definitely had a major impact when it first came out, and it is still continuing to have an impact. But it'll be interesting to see the nature of these impacts and what these impacts are. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes open. I know that many other people will be keeping their eyes open as well. So that's just some of the things that are going on in the world, and a number of other things are happening in the world as well. So like I said, if you are aware of events or aware of things that you'd like to share with us here on the International Broadcast Media, definitely keep that in mind. We're always looking for great and amazing stories, looking for things to share with our audience and all of that. So definitely look forward to having comments from many of you about things that you may be interested in sharing with us and sharing with our audience and all of that. So definitely always great to get the support of a number of people and all of that. By the way, don't forget that we do have items on the website, ibmtv.tv, at our store. So go on over there and know that they've got products for the radio show. They've got products for some of the other shows as well. And by the way, yesterday we had Zach's show and he launched a new hashtag. You'll remember that his first hashtag was Funk Music with Zach, hashtag Thank a Teacher. So on yesterday, he launched a new hashtag, and I'm going to see if I can pull this one up, which is Funk Music with Zach, hashtag Make a I Care Call. And I couldn't agree with him more. We need to get out there and make those I Care calls and all of that. So just keep those in mind. We definitely want to make those I Care calls and definitely give support to folks. And of course, we must thank the teachers that have done a great job during this very difficult time that we have been in the middle of. And by the way, don't forget to support my friend Zach by going to his PayPal, ZachW999. That's 4 9s. I might have said 3, but it's 4 at gmail.com. If you want to support this show, you can definitely go to my PayPal, which is bluesradio@gmail.com. Or no, I take that back. The PayPal is actually mlee@heytie.org. That's right. The PayPal is actually mlee@heytie.org. That's the one that I use for my PayPal account and all of that. So definitely mlee@heytie.org. So keep that in mind, and I would love to receive any support that you folks want to share in that sense and everything. And like I said earlier, don't forget our new website is this one right here, which is ibmtv.tv. That's ibmtv.tv is our new website where you can go and learn a lot of these great information and all of that. So definitely go to the current website, which is ibmtv.tv, and give support to a number of the amazing shows that are happening here on this platform and on this network. So definitely hope that y'all will get a chance and go over there and support a number of amazing things that are happening here on our platform with some great shows and all of that. So definitely looking forward to seeing more folks give their support to the network and by going to ibmtv.tv. So we're looking forward to many of you going on over there, checking that out, and giving us support by going to ibmtv.tv. So that's IBMTV.tv. Become a subscribing member. We would like you to get subscriptions. Of course, going over there and definitely get items from the store and all of that. So we definitely hope that you are going over there and get various items from the store and show your support in that way as well, because we definitely want you to go out there and show your support in various ways that you are able to do that. It is very important for us to support each other as well as support other small businesses as well, because we do know that these have been very difficult times for small businesses. So we want you to get on over there and show your support for these great small businesses that are still continuing to do amazing work even in these difficult times. And we do know that these are very difficult times, and definitely we need to be there to show our support in whatever ways we can. So definitely I know that a lot of folks would share my sentiment in that regard, and would definitely want us to do all that we can to support the great things that are happening in our community on a regular basis. So definitely want folks to go on over there and check out the various events that are going on in that way. And of course, we definitely want you to support a number of things that are going on in our community and that are still needing our support. Some of the things that I've been involved in that are still needing support, including my good friend, Russ Hedge. So if you get a chance, go on over to check out Russ's website, which is russhedge.com. That's russhedge.com. Get a chance, go on over there and support him. He's doing some great things in the world of motivational speaking and in the world of media as well, because he's in the media space also doing a podcast and all of that. So definitely get a chance, get out there and support him, and also support Rebecca Newton, a truly amazing musician that has been on our shows before and has shared a little bit about what she's got going on. So definitely get on over there and support Rebecca Newton and what she's got going on in her world. And of course, we definitely want you to support Jasmine Kelly, a truly amazing musician here in our community. So get on out there and support people as much as you can. They definitely need our support. And of course, we would like to have great support to them as well, including my good friend, Mr. Reese, who is Errol Reese, who has got that show, The Sports Shop Radio. So definitely these are just some of the folks that we would like to have folks out there supporting. And like I said, I've been helping Eric Kelly with his Black Business Expo. So definitely don't forget to get over there and support him as well. So, you know, there are a number of things that we need to be out there supporting in any way that we can. So definitely just wanted to share a little bit of the things that I am involved with that definitely need to continue to get our support. And like I said, don't forget, IBM TV does have a YouTube site. So if you click on that link that is scrolling around, you can catch the IBM.TV YouTube link as well. And last but not least, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Bluesman62 and on Instagram at Lee Entertainment 62 as well. So definitely follow me on the various social media platforms that are out there as well. So I'm also on not just Instagram, but on Facebook. I think Facebook is the Entertainment 62 as well. And of course on LinkedIn under Blues Radio. And I believe the YouTube is Mr. Blues Radio. So definitely get a chance, go and support any way that you can. So definitely looking forward to folks giving as much support as they can and all of that. And don't forget that coming up very shortly is going to be Full Frame. That's right. Full Frame will be coming our way. And I'm thinking it might be a virtual event. I need to check with my friends and see how they're doing it this year. But Full Frame has been having folks look at their films, and that should be coming up very shortly. So go to the website and check out what they've got going on as well. So definitely that is a truly amazing event and all of that. So definitely, if you get a chance, show your support for a number of folks that are doing amazing things in the creative community and all of that. So like I said, definitely like to give support where it is deserved, and it is definitely deserved in a lot of great places. So definitely just wanted to keep that in mind, that there are a number of amazing things happening around our community and all of that. So hopefully many of you will get a chance to check out these great events that are going on and all of that. It's been a minute since I've seen Miss Tish that does a show or has done shows here in the past, but definitely get a chance, support her as well at earthmonkeyenergies.com. So definitely support her at earthmonkeyenergies.com. So we're always glad to get the support from some tremendous people that are doing some tremendous things in our community. So definitely glad to have the support of a number of folks that are doing great things in our community and all of that. So definitely just wanted to share that with you and let you know what's going on in that sense and all of that. So definitely glad to be part of this platform, the International Broadcast Media, and to share with y'all a number of great things that are happening in our community and around our community and all of that. So definitely just keep it in mind that there are some great things going on and that we need to be supporting them as well. And by the way, I was double checking. It looks like my Twitter account is actually under the same as the other one as well. So I think that I had given you the wrong one. If you go to the Twitter, it is also under Lee Entertainment 62. So both Twitter and Instagram are under the same thing. So definitely go on over there and check out Lee Entertainment 62 and see some of the things that are going on in that regards and everything along those lines. So definitely, I'm sorry, I was right the first time. It is Bluesman 62. So I was right the first time and not the second time. So definitely keep it Bluesman 62 for Twitter and go to Lee Entertainment 62 for Instagram. But definitely you can keep it at Bluesman 62 for the Twitter account and all of that. So always glad to have folks checking out amazing conversations and definitely seeing what's going on. As a matter of fact, I see that we've got a game going on. Looks like the Oregon Ducks are playing the Iowa Hawkeyes. So definitely that is some of the things that are going on in this world right now. I'm about to bring up a couple of the spots of some of our shows, and that's going to wrap it up for this particular edition of the radio show with Marc Lee. And by the way, don't forget that Coco will be doing her show on a Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening at 6 o'clock. So just a chance, check out who Coco is all about as well. As a matter of fact, I'll bring up a clip about her so you can see what she's all about, and then some of the other shows that exist as well. And then that's will wrap up this edition of the radio show with Marc Lee.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. You may have seen her in Morocco, New York City, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the background singers for Mickey Howard and the late, great Gerald Levert. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, the beautiful, the wonderful, the spectacular, Miss Coco McMillan.
On Thursday afternoons. And of course, you can catch that on Facebook and on some other truly amazing platforms as well. But right now, let's check out about the Lawyer's Den. Now let's get this plane on out of here.